Mangia means to eat in Italian, in case you were wondering. It's not mangia, as it looks like it may be. It's mangia. My grandmother used to call us to the table on Sundays for family Sunday dinners, command performance. Manja, manja, meant everybody get to the table and eat. Some fond memories as a child because you grew up with all the family around. There was probably 20 some odd people. Everybody, it was loud, noisy, boisterous, typical Italian family. Everybody yelling and screaming. Everybody swearing at full tilt. It was like pass the freaking, but it wasn't freaking butter. But it was always fun. And I mean, I can remember the food was incredible. Now, my mom didn't cook because probably my grandmother didn't teach her or my mom was not interested. Regardless, my mom was a 50s mom, 60s and 50s mom. Frozen food, convenience foods, meatloaf that tasted like Alpo. My mom just didn't cook, you know. It was so consequently, my grandmother taught me how to cook at probably age 4. And then working in family restaurants also was a big plus for me too because I picked up other tips and learned how to cook. And then eventually went to a real culinary school where I really learned how to cook properly. And boy, let me tell you, that was a real experience. But one of the things my grandmother made, and this is hers, but I've refined it, is a dish called Caponata. Caponata is like a relish almost. Think of it as the Italian ratatouille. Very similar to ratatouille. So in here, I use eggplant. Now, a lot of you, I could just see your eyes roll back in your head. Eggplant is probably not one of your favorite vegetables, but eggplant, it can be really good. It's kind of like tofu in the sense where whatever you put with it makes it taste the same as everything else. It's got a lot of vitamins, a lot of potassium, and it's good for you. But I like eggplant any old way, especially French fried. I shouldn't have that, but I like it anyway. I like the French fried eggplant or eggplant parmigiana. Who's going to say no to a ton of fried food with cheese on it? You ain't crazy? Of course you're not, so you'll eat that too. But in here, I've got fresh tomatoes. What else did I put? Oh, I actually put in some squash, capacita. More squash in here. Scallions, yellow onion, and also green scallions. I'm trying to see what else I put in here. Let's see. Oh, raisins. Now this is interesting. You would not think about putting raisins in a dish like this. But think about it. If you make it sweet with the raisins, and then the sauce that goes on it has got a little red wine vinegar in it, so you've got sweet and acid, right? So you've got the two different tastes, but they are compatible. They're not conflicting tastes. They really balance each other well out, and I think it would recommend it. Also, another thing in here, don't tell the rest of your family you put it in here, a whole tin of anchovies. I love anchovies. I hated anchovies until I was probably about 18, when I ate one by mistake, and I'm going, whoa, what is that? Well, most people think of anchovies as that really salty, oily little fishy thing that stinks, right? They don't like them. But anchovies are a secret ingredient in most things that I use, especially in fish sauce, which is a Vietnamese product, to give it nuance. It gives it depth of flavor, and you can't really taste what it is, and you really don't know what it is, but you know you like it, and it's really, really good. I also put in Kalamata olives chopped up in here as well, pine nuts, and capers. Capers grow on a small tree in the Mediterranean. The trees are only about this big, and they're a little green. They almost look like a nasturtium bud. And capers are really, really good. They're very salty, so you rinse those off as well. So the way I made this, not the traditional way you make this, which is let everything macerate and marinate for a few days. I put everything into a large stainless steel or rolled steel anodized wok and threw the whole damn thing in the oven. I put it in at 450 and just cooked it for about 20 minutes, stirred it up, throw it back in again for another 20 minutes, take it out, it's done. One dish, everything can go in one dish, and the flavors are incredible. And the best thing about this, you can use this on fresh fish, like Rich said he's going to have salmon tonight. Put this on salmon. thin it out with a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit more garlic in it, and then use it as a relish on top of it. Look at how beautiful this is. And this has got, right now, you can see the fresh basil I put on here. Look, the colors are magnificent, but the taste, this stuff is, I mean, this is magic stuff to me when I was a kid. And it's just yummy. I mean, I can't even tell you any other description other than it's yummy. All the different flavors work together and marry together well. And this can stay in your refrigerator, covered container, Tupperware, whatever, for weeks. I mean, for weeks. I mean, you'll probably die before you eat it all. But I make a ton of it at one time because it's a lot of chopping. Yeah, but if you got somebody like Mary Sue that was over the other day helping me, she was sitting here chopping away. We were having a great time. So invite your friends over, or you at home watching this. Call me. You want to cook? Come on in the kitchen. I'll get you in the kitchen. I'll give you a knife if you know how to use a knife. And make some of these foods yourself. And the recipes are always here. But the best thing is, when you watch the show, it's mostly pantry. It's mostly anecdotes on cooking. A lot of food lore. Oh, talking about food lore, this is a Japanese eggplant. This is not a Thai eggplant. I was looking to buy a Thai eggplant. Couldn't find any in town, so I use these little Japanese guys. But if you do have a big eggplant, which is a globe eggplant, when you're at the store, turn it over and look at the other end, not the stem end. If it's indented, it's a female. Get it? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And if it's got a protuberance, something sticking out, that would probably be the male. Now, the females have seeds. That also is a good indication. If you don't want to buy one with seeds, get the male one. Also, this is not an advertisement for Peyronie's disease. We're not going to talk about any kind of medication on this show unless you're interested, and then we can. Peyronie's disease, you get it? Kind of twisted? Okay, all right. I don't have to go into great detail. You got the drift. Anyway, make caponata. Enjoy it. Manja.